It's been pretty quiet on the MMORPG sector when we think about NCSoft's project, even though they were considered the MMORPG specialists from South Korea. Sure, they are still somewhat involved in Guild Wars, even though more as a publisher, and games such as Aion and Lineage are still running and giving a couple of people the joy of an MMO. So personally I got surprised when Throne at Liberty hit Steam as a free-to-play title, published by Amazon Games. Apparently they can't get enough of MMOs in their portfolio at Amazon, especially as former projects such as Lost Ark and New World have worked out so great. Here we are now diving into the world of Throne and Liberty, and honestly I have no clue if I should like or hate this game. Am I enjoying it for its story, graphics and gameplay elements, or am I completely bored? I want to spoil so much, it's not bad, but not so good either. So where do we start? The story of Throne and Liberty is set in a fantasy world known as Solisium, struggling with an ancient conflict between magical forces and weird politics. With others, it is your job to find something called star fragments to gain unlimited power and to defeat Khazar, a dark force plaguing this world. Right at the beginning, you will meet characters like Clay, Benny, and Lottie, who will be assisting and guiding you on your journey through the story. But beware, others are also on the search for the so-called star fragments. For example, the evil witch Calanthea. Damn, why do the enemies always have to look so hot? The story of Throne and Liberty is brought to you with well-designed cutscenes which are being rendered in-game and are in fact featuring your character. A narrator's voice is keeping you up to date with the development of your quest, and NPCs will obviously give you tasks to do, as always. The action sets right in. After a little bit of traumatizing recap, which will repeat itself by the way, you will get your first weapons and head out into fight. You're free to choose which weapon you want to wield, means no real class system in place. But honestly, apart from the staff and the bow, the usage of all other weapons look quite, well, underwhelming. Probably explains why almost everyone on the server I chose runs around with a staff and a bow. So how would you differentiate yourself from other players? By the look of the character, of course, and I have to say the character designer is chef's kiss. It's been a while to have seen so many options to design your character with. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, basically. Eye form, eye color, mouth, small, tall, chubby, thin. The character designer has so many options that it is not easy not to lose oversight of everything, though the game does offer you a randomizer and predefined characters which can be changed. Dragon Age could get inspired by this character designer, by the way. And the cuteness factor doesn't end here. Depending on if you want to sprint, fly or swim, you can morph into a fox-like creature, an eagle or an otter. The glorious and beautiful music accompanies your journey. Sadly though, this is more or less where my honeymoon ends. After this wonderful great cutscenes, the game is more or less just an MMO. Yes, it has some nuances, but still. Questing is basically running to point A, accepting and skipping all the dialogues, running to point B, doing something, collecting something, fighting something, skipping dialogues. Sometimes you get into bigger fights and these are honestly pretty cool, but most is just out-of-the-box MMORPG. In this case, I have the feeling NCSoft borrowed a lot from Aion and Lineage. I mean, Throne and Liberty was supposed to be a Lineage title anyway. Recycled some Lost Ark and added some reminders that New World still exists. Throne and Liberty unfortunately also doesn't feel complete. Immersion breaking in almost every cutscene is the lack of sync between mouth movements and text.
You didn't cause his death. You should know that.
What happened? Do you have any idea how worried I was?
Your own character doesn't say a word, which is very disappointing, as older MMORPGs like Guild Wars 2 do manage to give the playing character a voice. Again, like in Once Human, your character just makes some weird body movements to express, well, something. If you're missing Genshin Impact, don't worry. You have this Amitoy or whatever it is. A little sack boy-like creature flying around you, giving you tips. The noises that creature makes are so annoying I tend to just skip every dialogue, also can't be bothered to read walls of text. Staying with voices, other major characters do have voices, though at least in English they don't match the character.
Hey, are you awake? Do you recognize me?
They all grew up in Oxford, speaking the most posh English I've ever heard. Adding to the not finished feeling, many of the NPCs sometimes do talk to you with voices, sometimes not. Sometimes they start having a voice, and with the next paragraph of text their voice gets lost. Absolutely irritating.
You still have honor.
All of that can be experienced if you manage to play Throne and Liberty in a fluent and undisturbed manner. Sadly, the game tends to kick me out randomly with an anti-cheat message while I tab out trying to take notes in Notepad, so careful, Notepad is some kind of modern cheat software out there. If you don't take notes and anti-cheat doesn't kick in, you are being confronted with lag, especially in the cities, giving you some real New World and Lost Ark vibes. I see what you did there, Amazon. And apparently we are having the same issues like in New World again. Servers were full, people couldn't coordinate where they land, so we are being offered transfer tickets. However, make sure to use them quickly. After buying your free transfer ticket onto another server, you have 24 hours to use them. Alright, how does this game make its money? Obviously through microtransactions. You can upgrade your gear, you can buy cosmetics, buy packs, and whatever. Throne at Liberty has a monetization officer who clearly loves his job.
It's my dream to build my own money bin, so I too can bathe in my hoarded wealth.
And hey, it is a free-to-play game, so they need to get in cash somehow. The celebration packs, however, are a bullshit kind of deal. Yes, the outfit, for example, is really cool and you get some in-game currency, but $99.99 for this? Come on. You could at least give me the content of the smaller packs too for almost €100. So what's the verdict on this free-to-play MMORPG? If you ask me, Throne at Liberty is sadly nothing special, even though it looks cool. It has its performance issues, questing gets boring very fast, and missing voices, broken mouth sync, and other aspects just ruin immersion into the story. Yes, it has its hype right now, but it is a free-to-play, which is super fresh, though it can't even beat New World and Lost Ark during its release peaks. All in all, just another MMORPG on a very saturated market of MMOs. Sadly, very disappointing. I hoped for more. Honestly, I don't know what to say more. It's free to play, so try it, then uninstall it or play on. That's all I have. Drop a comment on what you think. Other than that, please subscribe for free. Of course, leave a like. Thanks for watching, and see you on the next one.
Willkommen bei Throne and Liberty. Du kannst fesselgen, ob du den Sprachguide zum Spielen Stieg verwenden möchtest oder nicht.